that was something we witnessed a lot over, you know, well, throughout the entirety of stage 2, but definitely a lot yesterday. Both teams feeling confident on that hero, and we will see that Mantis ban, which typically pairs well with Ultra, and that damage boost is a big threat, but outside of that, enables a lot of those one-shot combos. And yeah, strategy here for 100 Thieves once again.
I'm walking in slides, chat.
Yep, focusing on those heroes, maybe allowing Torch to get through if FlyQuest want to play it. I don't know how much they've been able to play it so far. I don't think it's that much. Maybe 100 Thieves have a read in that department, but you'd always have that last ban to work with. Now that you've banned out Mantis and Jeff, they obviously don't want to play against that Jeff. But Adam Warlock's still getting through for 100 Thieves, and we've seen how good Delena was on that Adam Warlock yesterday. It's kind of like with in that interview we had a second ago with Korova talking about baiting out bans, you know, sometimes, or baiting out protects even with the Ultron Protect.
Can't wait to watch Jay trip.
You know, we already know.
Yo, you think I'm gonna trip?
That's definitely something they could always flex onto. Meanwhile, or not, sorry, Adam Warlock. And meanwhile, on the opposite side, FlyQuest, they get to keep onto Star-Lord instead of focusing on the Torch.
Yeah, that's a scary thing to see. Star-Lord right now is incredibly impactful, definitely up there at the top of the quote-unquote tier list, especially at this level of play. That, and you know, having that 25 additional overhealth every juke really does add up. But not only that, one of the fastest ult gains in the game, while still having the survivability of those escapes.
Wait,
with those
why are you guys
frames,
acting like you've never seen me, bro?
Strategist line ultimates, which in this current meta, that is
I'm
a
swole
huge
as
thing
shit.
you're looking for. So just one of the strongest heroes being able to do that. But if you look down at the current moment, I guess they could, and I don't think
just came home from a party drunk as fuck. Are we winning? Can't tell, well. Brother. We haven't even started the game.
Exactly. They're sort of like testing them into playing.
I do think FlyQuest is a
Raccoon Protect and ban.
Listen, I love 100 Thieves chat, but I think FlyQuest is probably going to be taking this.
First of all, that Rocket Raccoon, you know, talk to us a month ago, shit. How many of us are saying that Rocket Raccoon is going to be in the meta? Today, we're going to see it again.
Well, yeah, I mean, coming up in this new patch that's out currently right now for all of us who are playing the game, you know, that 40% damage boost, that goes back to OG Rocket for those who have been around for, you know, let's say the early seasons of the game, even the beta. Rocket's Ult would give you 40% damage boost. It was changed, I believe, let's say season 2, can't give you the exact patch, where it goes down to 20%.
Oh yeah, I already did bets, chat.
It's not only going to maintain that
so far there was, wow,
56%
on 100 Thieves and 44%. You guys think 100 Thieves is going to beat FlyQuest?
And protect, and again, like you're saying, that is definitely
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's some great advice, I think, to a lot of
I don't know,
people
chat.
Learning the game, trying to figure things out. On top of everything you mentioned, too, he's like one of those mobile characters, right? And that's something that we noticed, I feel like, a month ago, shit. Remember when people were, like, experimenting, you know, with Rocket Raccoon and stuff, and seeing how good he actually is. And now he's sort of...
Also, I Hexos.
Jeff and Ultron.
I appreciate the massive
heroes that are hard to sort of dive. At least the ones that can last the longest, right? That's why they're also running Invisible Woman. On the opposite side, FlyQuest just going for full firepower, man. Like, they're just going straight up Luna Snow, Cloak and Dagger for a ton of healing on top of the Terra Cape, and you know, just
this doesn't even tell me how far I walk or what the distance is.
Yeah, we've seen this before here for 100 Thieves, and that is going around that Ultron and Jeff combo. Millennia going to be on the Jeff here. This is very much a good Jeff position with the off-map being so close, and yeah, obviously Ultron going to be matched by Vision and the We're going to start off
chat,
this fight.
energy,
looking at the high side.
Energy against Terra is going to be in a crazy matchup.
The better robot. The dive goes in here for Spark Chief, going to take the high side now and look directly at the strat back line, and again, that will be some early pressure, but again, nothing too major in these fights, more so stalling, just feeling each other out. And, you know, these nerves are going to be through the roof right now, but there is definitely a sigh of relief knowing that you'll make that land.
Yeah, energy in the sky. You're right. Yeah, there's some pressure off, and maybe that makes one team play better than the other, right? We could definitely see something like that happen. Maybe 100 Thieves with a little bit less pressure on their backs, too. Maybe get to show a little bit more out of their, you know, potential sort of playthroughs. At the moment, we already see
Inca Cola. Appreciate the massive 3 months.
Met by the Ensong Inferno, but no elimination just yet. Just Ultimate's built.
Yeah, we'll start again. Like you're saying, just ults get launched. Rage of Ultron goes out. Eternal Bond going to be matched here from Zelos. Going to walk them forward. Cooper holding onto that dance floor as well. A very impactful ult in the back line. And outside of that, Luna can deal a ton of damage in her own right. But out we go again. Matched by Harvey with the invisible boundary. TTK trying to get a few trance there. And they do find one out of Zelos. Terra going to find a pick 2. Up to 2 numbers now. 100 Thieves trying to get this point early. You and I reiterate all the time how important it is to get point early in domination.
Wait, this guy
those cooldowns to buy more time as Millennia going to find a pick there. Goodbye to Vest. Spark Chief goes down and Cooper goes down to sweep the rest. And that should be the early point here for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, really good take by 100 Thieves. I mean, that was a long fight drawn out, but they have, you know, a pretty good comp for dealing with that, right? This team, it's interesting. I think they have two sort of different play styles, right? 100 Thieves love to sort of peel. They like to play it slow. They like to make sure everybody's nice and healthy. The back line gets saved from any cap dives and stuff. On the opposite side, right, FlyQuest usually like to play a little bit aggressive, right, up the tempo with their Vanguard players. So 100 Thieves allowed to play their style, no pickoffs as well, as resulting in them getting some nice wins.
I suppose that helps.
Yeah, and we will see a startup here. Ult advantage going to be slightly in favor of Fly, but not for long, as Delena will be there for 100 Thieves to match the third ultimate available. And out goes Vision early on towards the backline. Vest going to find Harvey, and that's a good pick-off rip, giving them ult advantage in numbers. A lot being committed here is Vinny going to start up with the Freedom Charge.
Damn, bro. TTK taking out energy in the middle of his ult? Oh, shit.
Even for the moment, as everyone is heading back to point advantage still up here for 100 Thieves at 45 and counting. Terra on this off angle here. TTK gonna find Spark Chief, and that's just what Emma does. A really good
damn TTK.
That is a huge
TTK.
with a
Yo, about time he shows up.
Moving forward at this
Where's
point.
TTK's dad at? His dad should be here. Like
the tandem between Terra and TTK is still as good as ever, right? This is why these are two of the most sought after players. You know, Terra might be the star, but TTK is a player you can easily build around for 100 Thieves. He set that play up alongside the follow through from Terra in the sky with the Ensong Inferno, in which, by the way,
wait, TTK fixed his forehead cam? Really? I didn't even see shit.
Instead of that Stalwart, also opting for a bit of a
I gotta look at TTK's forehead cam.
A little bit more of an edge in these maybe mid fights with their backline, but Terra has been a monster so far.
Yeah, Ensong Inferno available here for Terra, and Lenia ready for the It's Jeff too, and we know how impactful that can be when there's not a lot of answers right now on their team besides energy on the
Oh my god, Terra's disgusting.
That's an early pick there by Terra. Great patience, leading with the stun there to find a combo. Remember, that animation cancel on the melee will be, you know, removed here in the next patch. Coming in heavy with the Ensong, that does land, doesn't find too much value. Is going to break a little bit of
oh my god, wow.
On energy, and again, 100 Thieves are up in numbers. The portal might have to come through here in a big eat. But this time you might have to commit off map, as it is going to be difficult here with the Venom setting up to try to make it happen.
If you told me that
100 Thieves really
100 Thieves was going to 100 and 0 FlyQuest, I would say that you were on drugs.
Right? Like that was,
Angry Bees, appreciate a massive gift and sub.
Characteristic out of FlyQuest, and more importantly, 100 Thieves looked so good.
Oh my! I have never seen FlyQuest in this position.
The stats speak for themselves. Terra literally had an Ensong back-to-back.
I have never seen
crazy how fast he's building these
FlyQuest in this position. That's fucking crazy, bro.
They just got destroyed.
I'll tell you what, we have seen Fly over the last 2 times they've started on domination. From my memory, they struggled with the initial first 2 fights, and it ended up a couple times getting to 99%, and then they kicked it on and took home the first map. But right there, I mean, not even able to grab point in that moment. Some really huge ults across the board, finding picks in the neutral right before every ult fight started. Yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves doing exactly what they need to do, and we're going to see how they open up here. Can FlyQuest bounce back? FlyQuest in a similar boat where when they get angry, you will see it. So let's see if they can make it happen. Cooper holding on to the dance floor here. Delena going to be ready with a Rage of Ultron. If you look over at 100 Thieves, TTK will be ready with ult in this fight. Vinny as well, whereas on the opposition is just going to be Cooper and Vest from FlyQuest, a team that is definitely stored and known as potentially the top seed right now.
Yeah, those dives between Vinny and the side of Terra have been massive. That's why FlyQuest switch up to the name or composition, try to deal with a little bit more, make sure that cap is uncomfortable, but we start off already with that ult that you mentioned with TTK.
Yeah, chat, I don't have a treadmill here, bro. This is just me moonwalking. I have to practice my moonwalk. Wow.
Out goes the
good save.
That one does not land from the side of energy, and Spark Chief now making a little bit of a switch here to go towards Gamma, which they can absolutely run very well. Ensong Inferno going to break some of those shields quickly, but not find too much value. Goodbye to the Squids, though. TTK onto Cooper now, and again 100 Thieves are just
this looks
through even a slight disadvantage in ults right there.
This looks crazy, bro.
Now walking them to the spawn door, ensuring that they can buy even more time. It's all about stalling now. You're going to see that tech a ton in Dom at this level of play. Essentially what you're trying to do now is own this point and commit ults, even if it buys you another 10%. As long as you get to that roughly 70-75% number, ensuring they need to portal back to make a play, it guarantees that you need one more big fight to win, and that is what the teams are going to be trying to do here. 100 Thieves going to be down in ults though in this next fight.
This has been the 100 Thieves playground. I mean,
this is last patch. This is season 4.0. This isn't the new season that we're on.
Incoming damage. They have to not lose anybody. FlyQuest during these strategies keep losing people, and at the moment they're lucky to not lose anybody just yet. Finally, coming online, they're able to find Harvey before he's able to invisible boundary.
Yeah, Energy finding the pick there on TTK. Spark Chief gonna find a two-piece now. Goodbye to Millennia, Vest onto Vinny, and that is their first real sweep on the team so far in domination. Will that be enough to switch the momentum? Again, you and I always mention momentum, how important it is in the genre of Euro shooters as a whole. It is
season
important.
4.0, Chad. This is old patch, not new patch.
Game. Once you get the momentum moving forward, comms are feeling good, your team is feeling good, things just seem to work out for you, and that's why these teams need to keep in a positive headspace, in a good space here, making sure they can keep making big plays. Alts are going to be roughly even here in this next fight. Let's see who takes it out early on. TTK gonna find Vision.
Wait, TTK doesn't have his face cam on. Yo, bro, TTK, man.
He did have alt too, which is a tough look. You can actually use
where's the forehead cam?
This trance and just keep moving.
The land for the finals is the grand finals is going to be on 4.5.
Trying to maintain this point at roughly 40%. 54 for 100 Thieves as the fight continues.
That was a nice pick, nice shot from Energy. I mean, it's tough because Terra's just hitting shot after shot.
Wait, yeah, that makes so much sense. Maybe TTK is not playing. Maybe it's his dad.
But in the backside, Milena not want to go for that ult, right? He's been one of the main Jeff players that never wants to actually commit to it in case that whale comes through, which makes sense. Too many things on FlyQuest side could deal with that. Jeff has to go away, use that ultimate to stall it out, and 100 Thieves are trying to do so, dodging that whale too. So they're all still alive except TTK because of the damage that came through from that Namor whale, and the follow-up was there from Vest.
Yeah, TTK going down again. This is what you're looking for from FlyQuest. If you're looking for FlyQuest to take this home, to start getting the momentum back, that's a nice play by Vision, who's going to find Harvey in the back line.
Oh,
Harvey! Right back at the same time into Cooper, and now the Ultrons battling in the sky. Delena takes that one onto Vision, and Energy going to trade again with Terra. Spark Chief onto Delena. These trades are so consistently back and forth, but right now, FlyQuest at roughly 90% trying to take map 2. Will they be able to maintain this position? Still have ult advantage too, which is a huge win in terms of that last fight.
Still trying to hold on to it. Yeah, FlyQuest have been doing so. Despite the early pickoffs from 100 Thieves side, FlyQuest trades it back. And in this upcoming fight, they have that Eternal Bond ready to go aggressive. But 100 Thieves don't have anything, right? That's the scary part. They have to stall this out and also don't have point control ship. So that overtime's going to constantly tick down. Here comes that Sonic Seduction. Do they avoid it? Vinny eventually gets dragged in. Nobody's down just yet, but so many resources, and everybody's pushed off at this point for 100 Thieves. Coming back now with their own Sonic Seduction.
Ults coming through, like you'd mentioned, Sonic Seduction's both out.
Oh, Millennia! Hopefully he survives. Oh,
heading towards the off angle, and instead going to just drag them as far away as possible to buy more.
Oh my God!
That was huge by Millennia.
He might be him.
Cooper now. Will that go through? Jeff trying
to my God!
Get a couple shots available. Team goes back as TTK takes out Vest. That was a big ult there.
Oh my God! What insane shots, bro!
And counting, and you saw there, folks. For those who are confused, a really smart play there by 100 Thieves, letting those Vanguards go in first and allowing those strategists to just pump healing into them, get those ults quickly because they knew they were down at ult advantage. And that is the key. You almost don't want to deal damage to Vanguards without the full commit, especially when you know those strategists are close to ult. You really want to have targeted damage instead of just consistently plugging damage away. And that's why in the stat lines, as you're climbing the ladder, you know, damage doesn't always tell the story because sometimes you could just be fueling the strategist line of the opposition as we start off with the next fight.
Some great healing, good call out. I mean, 100 Thieves, too, are one of the teams that are best at doing that. Also, Millennia has been so impressive so far to dodge that whale. Now into this upcoming fight, Vision in the sky, trying to find that back line. Delena keeping also his alive. Kind of what happens with Ultron raid sometimes. You know, both Ultrons end up, one does damage, one kind of heals his team from the damage of the other Ultron. Meanwhile, Hulk in the middle of the point is kind of creating a little spacing coming from the rocket damage boost. Everybody's committing ultimates, but it's Terra, the one in the middle of the fight, from the help of his rocket raccoon with a See You Later, takes down that Bruce Banner from Spark.
Wait, how the hell did he kill him when they're in the middle of a Luna ult?
At this point now, Chip. Maybe build up Eternal Bond, maybe build a whale, but incoming Song Inferno.
And Song Inferno landing right on the back line, but still no major ult available yet for Fly. Not quite there. Vest going to be very close, but does go down there from TTK. Terra finding Energy. Energy going to trade with Harvey. Delena on the Vision.
Oh, shit.
100 Thieves are looking like they might get this done. Spark Chief gonna teleport in here, and that could be enough to buy them another fight. And there is the teleport on point now. The whole team gonna drop in. Will that be enough? As now FlyQuest are up in alts. Vest coming in here with the seduction, and it is going to be on the back line. Terra gonna find Zelos, though, and there is no strategist.
Oh, this might be 100 Thieves map. TTK almost has ult as well.
Gonna find energy with another trade in favor of Fly, and oh my goodness, they are showing up here. Excuse me, 100 Thieves with the 2
Wow. Okay, I did not think it was going to be like this. Wow.
I mean, you gotta be happy if you're a 100 Thieves fan with how they've been playing recently. This team.
Wow, 222 Radon. Appreciate that's a prime sub, my friend.
Match, man. This squad is
looking at the
as good as they ever have. Like, this might be the best form we've seen 100 Thieves in a long time, which is a scary thing to say, shit, because
I'm actually see what's really crazy about this 100 Thieves team is I actually got really scared at China when they lost because I thought 100 Thieves was gonna drop some players. I am so glad that like 100 Thieves stuck together, and now they're playing really fucking well, chat.
At any point in the tournament, why not make it the very end here? And agreed,
they're playing really fucking well.
Fresh teams. We talk about a lot of teams, including teams like Sentinels that just kept getting better and better. Even Dark Zero, but another team that's done it. But I would say to the best is 100 Thieves, who have openly admitted to struggling with the meta, making huge changes, you know, struggling in those scrims like you had mentioned, and then just looking lights out when it comes to game time.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they ain't struggling no more. I mean, right
well,
now,
SJP,
they are phenomenal.
I feel bad for SJP, but SJP didn't actually play in China, remember? He didn't. When everyone went to China like 2 weeks before, I think he didn't.
Right now, Delena, same thing in the sky, consistent on Ultron so far. He's looking so good. And then Harvey on Invisible Woman too. Like, seeing him playing that character to a high level is definitely nice. Never getting picked off. It's kind of on the opposite side where it's been hard for Cooper to stay alive. Not with Invisible Woman, which is interesting for FlyQuest that they're avoiding that hero at points where I guess it was banned, so that's tough.
Hey, I've been walking for 17 minutes already.
Leveling up,
I burned 65 calories.
I mean, sure, Terra gonna be our MVP, of course, but for me, I kind of love how Millennia's been playing, and that's kind of the thing with a lot of these good strat playership. It's like, you know, some of the best strategist players were duelists, right? Because because the role is so saturated in the duelist department, because there's so many good ones. It kind of makes sense.
You guys heard that? The best healers are actually DPS players.
Damn. You will get a job and you will get a spot. That's how I got my start in a different game entirely from Marvel Rivals.
Damn.
But there was a lack of good strategist players, right? We're kind of in the same thing in Marvel Rivals. It's not necessarily disrespect to them. It's just how it works with the nature of oversaturated roles. There's so many.
Jay, what treadmill do you have?
Team with one of them and swap roles if you can put your ego aside.
I don't know the brand, but I bought it on Amazon.
Like Ultron and Jeff in the game, they can play, you know, an off strategist role, which is essentially like a duelist, and your whole job. And like I said, I think, or like you said, I think Millennia is a good call out, finding multiple It's Jeffs that are having value, even if it's just one strategist, as long as it's a major strategist.
It's just one of these small treadmills that you can put under your desk and just walk.
Pull away. Your front line is far more in danger. So really well played there by 100 Thieves. We're heading to map 2, folks. This is now going to be a map selected by FlyQuest right after this break.
Bro, I am actually so surprised FlyQuest lost a map, bro. I'm watching them for like 2 weeks in a row. They were like 3-0ing every team. I could rock the hell out of that skin, bro. If I cosplayed that skin, I would rock the shit out of it. Are those treadmills loud at all? I want to get one for work. Can you guys hear it when I'm talking? Hello, 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 hello.
Judge, jury, executioner!
I mean... it's pretty quiet if you guys can't hear it when I'm talking. I think the reason that it was shaking last time is because I had it very, very, very fast. If I make it very fast again, I think it might shake. I could try it. Is it shaking? Yo, what's up, Nick? Is it shaking? Oh, this is so hard. No? Oh. How you doing, Nick? Nick. Almost Tarkov time. Yo, One Play Wonder. Appreciate the massive 10 months, my friend. What's up, Eddie? How you doing? How you doing? No, it could go faster, chat, but I don't want to go faster. Jay, can you turn your treadmill around and walk on it for a few minutes? I'm trying to see something. Yo, Dumpy for 22 months. Hell no, bro. I don't want to die. I'm wearing slides while walking, chat. Dude, the treadmill's not big, bro. It's like... No. Hey, what's up, Ralph? Appreciate it, appreciate it. Here, how about if I give you guys one better?
Once again, 100 Thieves reversing the curse on losing that first domination map. Come through and look very good, taking their first win against FlyQuest. What'd you think?
I think 100 Thieves look really good, right? Many a times I maybe peruse around the Discord servers of all of our lovely teams, of all of the organizations. We'll join the 100 Thieves Discord, and they are usually not happy with at least my commentary, Shib. I'm sure they love you, but you know, we kind of taken digs at them in the past, and they've just responded with nothing but kindness to players, and also, you know, just ruthless gameplay out of their partnership. Like, this team is...
What's up, backstage? Going well, going well. How about yourself?
Like you mentioned before, we didn't expect out of them at the beginning of the tournament, and now this week, we literally expect 100
What's up, Andy?
to be one of the favorites now at Atlanta based on what we've seen. FlyQuest have to find an answer. I thought during the break, you brought up a good point about the ban phase that we're going to see in a second.
Okay,
here.
I'm sweating.
But
I don't want to sweat in this shirt.
They played it so well on map 1, right?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing looked beautiful. Talking about the ban phase, shout out there to Coach Remix, who clearly it's working for them. I think their bans are looking nice. They keep seemingly doing this strategy where they hard target out something like Strategist. We saw them ban Rocket, Invis, Mantis, and Jeff there, and then obviously leaving things like Ultron available. But even so, when they're doing this, I think it kind of throws off the backline a bit, especially when you have Ultron in the sky, constantly applying pressure to that backline that you have forced into a specific pick. It is so tricky to handle, and they played it very well there.
Ooh, I haven't worn one of these in a long time, chat. Here you go.
Composition very well. So either way, they have some solutions to pull out. So again, big shout out there to their banning strategy and Coach Remix as we head into round 2.
Yeah, Remix is a smart guy. I know he's a little goofy sometimes.
See, your streamer's not bad.
You know, sometimes these guys that are, you know, consistently playing the game, have as much experience as Remix does in this game. He is intelligent when it comes to Marvel Rivals gameplay, right? And he can, you know, do the draft phase very well, like you mentioned, but also on the opposite side, I mean, it's Terra doing those ban phases too alongside him, I bet. You know, there's, I imagine, group discussion, and he's a part of it. So 100 Thieves, same thing you said, Shib. They're getting rid of Invisible Woman, keeping Doctor Strange in the pool because we head to Midtown for that second
the
map,
other
and
team banned
still a best
TTK's
out of 5 series, and 100 Thieves currently up 1.
Emma Frost.
Yeah, as we're going to see the change up here, Midtown Convoy, again, a selection from FlyQuest. So I have no doubt we will see likely that triple composition, the triple, and locking in that
3 miles per hour.
I think it's a strategy that they learned there from Envy when they went against Envy. Removing that Strange does make it very difficult to find success with those triple compositions. So likely the thought there, I'm just surprised it was not immediately banned out after to try to counter that. But again, FlyQuest is a team that can just consistently play on whatever they need to play on. They have so many different avenues to find success, but I do think one of those avenues that kind of messes with them is hard focusing one specific role here, and again, right back down to the strategist ban out.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh shit, we're almost at a mile.
For old 100 Thieves, like, remember when we thought that you didn't have to ban Torch versus them? It was never because Terra was bad at Torch, just the team Like we've seen, I mean, Terra is like one of the best Human Torches in North America. The 100 Thieves just couldn't play around it that well, right? You can see they play heavily around him now, right? They can play around that solo.
It says your speed.
Torch,
it says your
Bucky,
incline.
Phoenix. He's got a wide.
It says how long you've been walking for.
It's not that FlyQuest.
It says how many calories you burned. I don't even know if that's real.
You know, able to play those heroes just yet with Invisible Woman banned. I mean, they did have last time Snow open for that Snowflake and stuff.
Yeah, chat. This is on Amazon. If you search up Amazon,
and that's kind of a big gap, right? If you can't play Human Torch and teams are giving you
under the desk walking treadmill, I don't know.
Hero pool moving forward, and that
like $100.
An instance you need to work on moving forward, but. If they allow it this time again, I want to see FlyQuest play the Human Torch this time around, which, to be honest, it doesn't look like they do.
Yeah, I do agree. Again, as we head into our final ban here, this time for FlyQuest, as you will see those bans rotate over and showcase, you know, who they cannot play and who was locked in for those teams right here in front of your eyes. And now, to counteract what we saw last time, FlyQuest going to lock in Jeff and Mantis to make sure they have some options there in the back line. And we will see a little bit of a different Vanguard line. Goodbye to the Emma there for 100 Thieves, and that's going to pull out TTK Strange once again.
It's like hard to like use your mouse.
Very strong picks for them, and Sparkchief going to be matching that group right back, and we'll see that triple composition being run here for FlyQuest on the defense. Seeing how long they can do it. They are a team that finds a ton of success holding very early on this map. The question is, can they do it again into a team that has already found momentum off map 1?
Yeah, this is it's gonna be interesting because I mean sometimes for Envy, I believe they found success.
There's a streamer that plays on a tricycle. What the fuck?
Yesterday, whenever they did, I believe, ban out.
What
some
brand is it?
And stuff.
It doesn't have a brand, Chad. I'm sorry. Probably on the back.
Thieves look to be pretty like flexible, right? And you mentioned yesterday as well. Whenever
it doesn't have a brand that I can see.
He plays quite well. So to be honest, it's not necessarily.
It's just it was like $100 on Amazon.
Do versus 100 Thieves at the moment. And that's the tough part about banning versus this type of team. You gotta kind of, you know, pick your poison, and the poison is just stick with the Jeff on the opposite side. You at least get a Jeff this time around. You're going also back over to the Loki, but you get that Mantis matchup too if you possibly want it.
And we will start off now once again.
Okay, chat, let's see this. I have never seen FlyQuest in a series that is losing. So let's see how well they play. I also want to see how well TTK plays because they banned his Emma.
Which you'll see a lot of these pros, if not all of these pros, consistently playing around that cover, especially with something like Bucky on the opposition in the hands of Terra. You are going to be getting yoinked all the time. Vinny gonna find Sparkchief and say, I am actually Groot, as Vision gonna res back Sparkchief immediately and keep those numbers.
He actually killed him at the hook.
Gonna find energy, and that will not be res back early on here for the side of 100 Thieves, who are still looking very strong. What a fast.
Here goes Terra, chat. It's a Terra show.
Just seconds in, 45 seconds into the game here. Find a second. Sparkchief goes
Terra looking like my Bucky out there. Woo! Terra's been watching my stream, chat.
Sweep there for 100 Thieves, and FlyQuest are in a tough spot.
And they're just gonna stall on now. Portal comes back. They also have the dance floor around. And
wait, TTK like solo? He solo ulted the guy?
Also on top of that too from Terra. Definitely some headshots there from him. And it's like you mentioned, Terra looks like he hasn't lost a step from the last round, Chip, because guess what? You just mentioned how fast he built that first ult. He's up close to another one, but they lose TTK.
Can you adjust the height of the treadmill? Is it fixed? You can make it inclined, but not a big incline, like 8 inches. Damn! Hey, that's a person that we don't talk about a lot, Chad. Delana!
Again by 100 Thieves.
Damn! And Terra already has another fucking Bucky ult for Vinny.
Are that quick? Things are getting dicey, but we know how FlyQuest is. This team is disgusting.
Wait, what do you mean 8 inches hurt? Wait, what?
Can they bounce back? We will see shortly.
I think Terra actually, more than a lot of duelists in the game, are really good at dodging these Vanguard ults, right? We'll have to see how he does in this.
Wait, Strange is a good pick against Emma and this comp in general? Edward, I don't think so.
It's countered, though, by a nice wall.
Yeah, Vision.
Emma, I think Emma counters.
Right back. Vess and Cooper.
Emma definitely counters.
Back together and retake, and that is what it.
Doctor Strange, in my opinion.
In ladder, just reduce the amount of time your team.
Emma can just farm the Strange shield and then also just
trust me, fight a 6 and start.
Choke slam him anytime.
Looking at alts here, Vess and energy going to be available in this next fight. TTK is close, but still will take some time for that. So this could be another win here for FlyQuest if used efficiently.
Yeah, notice how this time around, too, they didn't even protect the Star-Lord and it still made it through. So we already are kind of learning about 100 Thieves, at least from this map. They don't even really care about the Star-Lord, and you can see why in that previous one. But now they're able to get it, and with that backside angle, Energy takes it and makes Millennia pay.
Damn, that was actually a clean fucking combo by that. Holy shit.
Is just some real patience, noting that it wasn't needed as Millennia falls early in that fight as Energy spins to win on top of the Shark's head. Vinny, though, gonna find Spark Chief again. That res could come through. Yes, it does. So the numbers are again even. Energy likely gonna be using that Q button soon here just to try to find some pressure, but Harvey now has that boundary to match. TTK with the eye goes out. It does as two go down. TTK with these eyes.
Look at that.
So
See, it's so small. I stepped on the fucking side of this thing.
And that could be a potential first take here, but no, gonna be matched right back as Cooper gonna copy up and start that dance floor. Good work there to make sure that that was available as Zelos gonna stay up and healthy. Energy gonna force out the boundary, drop back and wait it out, and that's, you know, value in and of itself. Sometimes it's worth using that on.
Oh, that fucking sucks. He's gonna go up,
landing it directly on a clone as you should.
Oh, that fucking sucks. I hate that. There's so many times I've done that as Bucky.
With an insane switch and turning it around on Terra, that was clean.
Yeah, that's why people talk about Cooper as one of the best low-keys in the game, Shib. I mean, really patient with that green usage, like you mentioned with Regenerative Domain, and staying alive. Now on the opposite side, Delena forced to use that Soul Bond earlier on, and 100 Thieves, even though the push has been looking good damage-wise, at the moment, FlyQuest still hold on. They're delaying this objective so well, Shib. It's 0.05 meters to the end.
Oh, is it big?
That is another huge eye ear for TTK as Spark Chief goes down, as well as Energy, and that is going to be enough there for 0.1. Wow.
Damn, dude. Hey, sometimes I don't even trip. I don't understand how TTK can fucking aim like that on a controller, dude.
Maintaining point pressure, but no.
God damn, what it feels like to be young again, chat.
And making a big play off that Eye of Agamotto.
And a big thing that's happening is that, you know, on 100 Thieves side, they get to really pick whatever they want strategist-wise, right? We already know
he's just better than you. He's not better than you.
So on FlyQuest angle,
I taught TTK all his moves.
Hyper aggro plays, right? They're relying on setting up, you know, hard to hook angles for Terra, but there's so much pressure from Harvey right now on Invisible Woman just with these force physics.
Daredevil's not in this patch that they're playing on. They're playing on season 4.0 still.
That is going to be the dance floor out there for Cooper, switching to damage for a moment as Energy gets that pick there onto Delena in the back line. Delena now going to be on that Warlock, does not have but does have self-res as the numbers are again evened out. Energy,
I like Millennia how he plays, bro. But Millennia is like into it, bro. He's leaning forward and everything.
Incredibly quickly in the right hands. Is Energy going to try to make a play here shortly, but again can be matched by Harvey in a moment's notice, as it likely will. And there it is right there. Again, everybody holding on now. That could have been enough value. Zelos going to be walking in there with the dance floor. Vest going to commit as well with the Psionic Seduction. Does that get value? It seems like everyone is playing around that natural cover very, very well. But Energy going to get that first pick onto Delena, who will not have that self-res now.
Yeah, that's a huge pick in the middle of this fight. I mean, he doesn't have that self-res like you said. He has to come back. Doesn't have it for when TDK wants to go aggressive. So they're just going to get slowly walked on, right? Right now in this fight, huge pick off by Energy. Nice job on the win conditions too. I mean, over the high ground, Energy waiting for Terra to commit his Bucky ultimate in that trailing prison. And then with that as well, Harvey needed to commit an ultimate on the backside. So, you know, great work from FlyQuest, forcing 3 ults basically at the same time out of 100 Thieves. And that really forced their momentum to go down the drain. FlyQuest now sitting on top against the 100 Thieves, who have to walk in and maybe set up Delena again, who will have his Cocoon passive up again in a moment.
Yeah, again, that was a huge pick there in that moment to focus Delena before that res comes through. That was something we've seen a ton of value with against something like Envy yesterday. Again, an early pick there from Energy onto Harvey.
100 Thieves. This is last fight, bro. They're dying. They're down 2. They're down 3. TTK's alive. He can't TP.
Woken up. They are ready to play here as they are sweeping now. 3 seconds on as the touch does come through. It's just a matter of can they maintain this position.
Oh, Vinny got a
strangling prison from Vinny. Cooper is gonna fall there as one goes down and everybody pressing the Q button. Energy now with the Galactic Legend off the map, but no cooldowns available. That is a huge throw there. Energy gonna find Terra and FlyQuest.
Damn.
Very early on in that set of 0.2.
Hey, 100 Thieves was looking clean in the beginning of the game, but
I mean, well, actually 3 if you count, you know, the venom of FlyQuest, you know, just absolutely going insane in that Spark Chief angle. And at the moment, you know, we saw a lot of Energy, right? Energy was doing so much consistently on that Star-Lord, but also on the opposite side, no Invisible Woman. Cooper switching over to that Loki right? He really just did so much. We saw first point, same thing. Second phase really was never hard pressured. The healing output
100
so much
Thieves
from
is going to win.
FlyQuest.
You think
the main win
100
condition for
Thieves
100 Thieves
is going to
with these pools, maybe find Terra
to do
too.
better than that?
But every time that we saw these combos with the Strength and Precision and with
that's
the
hard.
Ultimate, it seemed like there was so much commitment to a single
Damn!
fight. And FlyQuest well understood that.
21 and 4 by Terra.
One or two to counter it, and then just in terms of numbers,
Energy
they sat
14
up
and
in a massive
3.
Fight. Taking a look at
Damn.
the stat shib. Is there anything off the rip that you're kind of noticing from what we saw there that we, you know, maybe aren't going to get as visual for us viewers?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the first thing I want to call out is right now, I mean, I'm curious about this comp. Obviously, I think they're just kind of messing around in the spawn when you're looking at FlyQuest, as you see here, the Iron Man, which, you know, has seen a little bit of play here. I believe we did see it once so far in the tournament, but outside of that, I mean, yeah, the stat lines look still strong there for energy, but that is kind of the goal there with that play. When you have a solo duelist that's making some big plays, there's a lot of pocket and focus on you, so stat lines there are no surprise to me. But yeah, I mean, I would say maybe Spark Chief for the 7, you know, getting KO'd 7 times is a little tricky, making it difficult maybe to stay in the fights if your front line is being that focused. But if you go into a Bucky with something like Venom, it is difficult to hold on. Energy, though, going to be on the Magic.
Change Delena off Warlock. Right back. I think he has to. I mean, I think that's what they've been practicing with 3 tanks. Sorry. They put Delena on in this patch on support, on like the DPS support.
While scooching it forward, energy again on
which I think Delena should be DPS. Like, he's a crazy DPS player. It's wild to see a lot of DPS players playing support this patch.
Magic is so strong right now into these triple comps. Why don't you make it?
Oh my god, that combo! Holy shit!
Potentially do with a follow up there from Spark Chief. Really well played.
Yeah, definitely a better take there from the side of FlyQuest. I'm surprised the 100 Thieves didn't even want to play the you know, the thing. Usually we see Terra play on the thing instead of Doctor Strange off originally. They didn't even go for a portal there in that fight, or at least maybe he canceled it. So they switched to a more normal composition. Usually that could kind of peel off this.
That's a risky portal, bro. Now they're not gonna
really all-in dives.
They might get it in overtime.
Took advantage of 100 Thieves positioning and have some ults to work with now.
Yeah, it looks like they want to try to take this fight here by ambulance, and maybe, you know, if they have the opportunity, portal back, because I do believe they did lock in that Strange energy now. And keep the presence forward, does have that Dark Child, and that will be a problem to handle. Can find a ton of value through Strategy Assault with the right patience on right click, followed up by E. And
oh my god, bro.
What a play there by energy. Why don't you make it 2 as Vest takes out Terra and Harvey. Delena with a huge res once more. They just have to get back to point, but again, Vision going to come in here and at least eat 1, looking to try to displace enough to win this next fight. Terra onto energy, Vision onto Harvey, and it's getting close to point 1 now. They got to make this touch happen. Not sure they can, and it looks like 2 meters.
Oh shit, Chad, this might be yeah. I think FlyQuest is winning this.
Has just been so
they have 4.5 minutes to push it halfway in the second point, bro.
Elimination. This is what we talk about when we talk about best strategist players in the game. Nobody really goes down, right? That's why it's such a valuable asset to have, you know, that Vision play on to the Jeff, right? Constantly, like you mentioned, getting rid of Delena. And at the moment, they are just getting shoved away, having to force an early freedom charge here. If they could find a pick, that'd be huge, but it's going to be really hard with all the pocket coming on energy.
Damn.
I mean, just adding more.
I wish I got those heals that energy's getting in my rank game. Oh.
To this hero pool.
Damn.
So the hero Ocean energy again with a pick there on a Terra with a Magic, who just keeps getting picks here early on. Vest on the Vision.
Damn. Okay, LeBron.
Gonna trade 1 back on the Vision though. Good.
I don't think they got it though. I think FlyQuest wins this.
Does not miss these ults. Terra thinking about switching, is gonna make that switch to the storied Wolverine, but at this point, the point is very close. 2 meters out. Can they get there? They cannot. FlyQuest are gonna take this map and make it a 1-1 series.
Oh my god.
Damn. Okay, chat, I'm done here.
Back to back to back stomps.
I've been walking for 40 minutes.
That's insane. 100 Thieves map 1 destroyed FlyQuest. Like, that wasn't close. And then now on map 2, FlyQuest destroy 100 Thieves. This is kind of... This is sort of what happened, I think, in the first time we saw 100 Thieves in this grand final situation against Sentinels
40 minutes.
in stage 1.
200 calories.
Up to the ban phase a little bit as the teams felt each other out, and
now I could go eat. Now I could go eat cake.
Right, like right now, you kind of got to take it.
200 calories when I would have burnt 0 sitting down. Look at that.
Maybe now
#healthy.
We can't ban only strategists every single map for 100 Thieves side. Maybe that'll change.
Should go for 1 hour. Hell no, bro. I'm sweaty.
Or now that we go to convergence, like maybe we can deviate from that. Maybe we can stick to it. At the current moment, though, we're at least learning FlyQuest don't really need to protect Star-Lord anymore. They're focusing on that Manta stuff in the Jeff, and if they get the strategist that kind of help and support the Star-Lord, or really any hero, that's a bit terrifying. That might force 100 Thieves to deviate in terms of their ban phase later on.
Yeah, I mean, again, just some really smart and strong play by Fly, who, you know, we talk about these teams bouncing back after a loss and looking clean, especially teams like 100 Thieves who have done that a lot throughout this tournament. But FlyQuest, we haven't seen a lot of that simply because they just haven't been losing a whole lot. They've only lost a few maps there to the side of Envy and losing to, you know, 100 Thieves here now. But you can clearly see they took that personally and came back and walked right through. Plenty of time on the clock still on that point too. And, you know, I do got to give credit to the defense there, because holding that point prior to ramp, I feel like ramp is a pretty defensible position, but holding it on that street on the left side, that street position is pretty tricky. It's pretty difficult to do as both spawns are relatively far away. But again, they were able to do that. And at that point, once they won one fight early on, almost walked that thing right through without any concern.
100%. Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, this team's looking good, and I think at the moment, you know, it's 100% easy to just call out, you know, an incredible duelist play because it's just the most obvious thing in the world. But Energy, MVP, well deserved that one. It's just, he's looking really good, man. Like, he's looking like an insane duelist currently. You know, up there with Sparker, up there with, on the other side, Terra. I mean, Vision, we talked about him a lot as that newcomer, but, you know, Energy really is, you know, leveling up throughout this whole tournament. I mean, he's having himself a series at the current moment and throughout this entire stage 2. This man is becoming a household name in Marvel Rivals esports.
Yeah, I mean, tacking on MVPs with different heroes we got to add as well. Here with the Magic, I mean, that Magic play was obscene, very clean the whole time. 16 finals there, and a lot of those driven on the attack, finding a 4-piece off rip, multiple takedowns throughout.
Dude, Energy is a beast,
just
chat.
Looking down, finding Terra in the final fight. Just a huge set of plays there by the Magic. And I'm sure Magic mains are rejoicing at that kind of play at this level of play. This is deep into the tournament.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one, man. I mean, we saw map 1. I was like, the fact that
this is my first time watching a match on here, and this chat room has me rolling on the floor all evening. I'm entertained. Oh no, this is just how my chat is all the time. Even if we weren't watching a match, and this is how it is.
Just learned exactly why FlyQuest are still that best team too at the top with 100 Thieves. Tied up 1-1 now, Shiv. We head to a map number 3 in this best out of 5 after this break.
Yeah, my chat's brutal. Jay, you must have missed my mild take. What happened? Wait, what was the take? Someone on Twitch said what I said 8 minutes ago. I completely forgot what happened 8 minutes ago. Do you think Delena is a better Hela, Phoenix, Punisher than you? Delena? I taught Delena how to play those characters. Yes, chat. I think professional players are much better than me. I said Terra might be the best pro and Energy maybe number 2. Ooh, that's tough, man. I don't know. I think both of them are really good fucking DPS players. I don't know, man. That's a tough thing to say. I think they're pretty even. I don't know, man. I think, and this is going to be a hot take, I think both Terra and Energy are really great players, but they are able to do what they can do in games because of their team, because it's a team-based game, and their teams support those players very well. Look at that. That's a good take. Jay's an entertainer, not a pro. Hey. I'm in top 500. Put some respect on my... I play against these players. Put some respect on J3. Oh, let me see. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm saying there are the best two pros. Everyone's great, but there's a noticeable difference between starting their merge. Ooh, I don't know, man. I feel like both of those players are really good. I can't really give it to one or the other.
Welcome back, everyone, and once again we have a series.
I think both of them
on
are just
our
insane.
hands as we're now heading over to Symbiotic Surface. Both teams 1-0 on that map. We're going to see who takes the first loss, or who takes the first win, rather, coming up here shortly. Again, we saw some big plays with things like Warlock on this map last time for 100 Thieves. Curious to see what we'll see from Fly in their strategy going against each other, or if they've done their homework from the last matchup.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad call to keep doing what FlyQuest is doing at the current moment from the previous one. And if they can adapt to that Stratus ban line, I mean, that bodes well, right? Because I think 100 Thieves are probably going to stick to it, Shib. Like, maybe they'll change up one of the Stratus bans over to, like, the Mantis, maybe, or something like that. That could be the change up that they would want. But also, we didn't even see the Mantis until offense, right? That's the tough part of FlyQuest, is that they played on defense with the traditional Luna Snow alongside the Loki. So maybe we see some prioritization towards Luna Snow. I think that happened last time for 100 Thieves. That they have a few.
Does the loser of this series be dropped out of the tournament? No, the loser of this tournament will go down to the loser bracket and play the winner of
a slow burn to kind of figure out, okay, was this the right
Envy
one?
And Dark Zero.
Agreed. I mean, I think Luna, very similar to Jeff. This is a very lane-focused map with very tight lanes, so that clap cooldown.
And then the winner of
value, even though it is already an insanely strong cooldown. So yeah,
exclamation mark tournament YouTube to get the bracket.
Similar to Jeff, but yeah, we're going to see that Jeff ban out instantaneously here by 100 Thieves. And yeah, goodbye to Emma there. For FlyQuest does not want TTK on that Emma. Yeah, last time they first banned Invis, I believe.
Damn,
so
they don't want TTK playing his fucking character. That's funny,
right? Because yeah, Emma ban worked for FlyQuest on the past map. Sometimes it doesn't work, right? Like we saw 100 Thieves.
If I sub, will I get the badge? Yes.
And it was banned before, but that last map, I mean, it proved to be eventually costly for 100 Thieves to not be able to play that Emma Frost because of what we've seen damage-wise out of TTK. This time they protected Doctor Strange to make sure they get that portal back, but also because they don't have the Emma, they need TTK on one of the heroes that I'm sure he feels comfortable on. And, you know, maybe FlyQuest slowly starting to pick at 100 Thieves hero pool with the Human Torch ban as well, going for very specific bans for very specific reasons rather than a general strategy like 100 Thieves is going for.
Yeah, and we did see last time the portal strategy come in here and find success there for 100 Thieves, using that portal to take the backside. A very traditional strategy we've seen in earlier stages, like stage 1 of Ignite and in other tournaments like MRC, coming back into fruition here, and it did work out. So again, takes teams by a little bit of a surprise, and then right back to that strategist ban out strategy here for 100 Thieves. And yeah, I mean, the thing about Fly is they're kind of just shutting down very high priority damage dealing, either strategists or duelists. Goodbye to that, you know, Emma, even Vanguards, excuse me, with Emma and Torch and Ultron. It's like you're hitting the, you know, the trifecta of the most damage in this current patch that they're playing on.
Yep, 100% you're right. And this is kind of, I mean, I want to see how 100 Thieves play on this map, right? Like, we've seen them do well here, but this is already looking a little bit scary because they already,
appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend. Gax mode, appreciate massive 12 months.
Characters that you're very good on. You go for the Emma ban this time, the last one. Honestly, that's a fine change-up.
Appreciate it.
The play. They're kind of losing so far in that, like, healing department. They get the ban on Mantis and the Protect.
Hey, appreciate it. Enjoy your badge. Enjoy your badge.
Pair alongside the Ultron. Yeah, keep him alive in the sky. You're going to have an incredible amount of healing alongside him, and you're also going to put Visions back onto a hero he's comfortable on, right? So this backline's still pretty strong. They get Cloak and Dagger. They didn't have that last time. They'll also still have the flex over to Adam Warlock if they possibly want it. Both teams don't want to play against Jeff currently, as that character is banned out from both teams. And this time we get to see, you know, what are both squads going to run? 100 Thieves still going to play their Adam Warlock stuff, but FlyQuest seem like they don't really mind it, especially as we head into Symbiotic Surface, where honestly, I don't know if we've seen too many Adam comps succeed here, Shib. It's kind of a character that doesn't really do that well in this map, oddly enough.
Yeah, on defense, it's not bad, especially on Streets phase like 0.2 there, because we saw that have success when it comes to 100 Thieves against Envy yesterday, right, where those reses, they were, you know, after 3 alts were sweeping the team, you'd use 1 res, and that alt trade is so huge for you. It changes the whole mentality of what you want to commit in these fights, and try not to overcommit because you know that the team's coming right back. But agreed, outside of like that specific point, I don't think it finds too much success, but we will see again some of these players that, you know, are starting on duelists like Delena that are coming in here onto the strategist role and are playing these very heavy, hard-hitting strategists like Warlock. You can really do some serious damage down these main lanes, so it could find some success here, but we will see shortly as we start up now. And again, we are not at the moment seeing that Strange.
Yeah, not for now. Get to see TDK playing that Magneto. No portal play like you mentioned coming through. They start on this top side, break the wall. This is a part
Interesting
of Marvel Rivals,
D,
right? The
interesting
destructible
D.
terrain.
Sam Cheer, appreciate the massive
pros, I think,
thumbs up, my friend.
more than anybody know that,
Welcome.
right? They just delete everything and every cost to make sure the rotations of 100 Thieves aren't as clean, to make sure they have the sight line here, because that part, it's high ground, it sees both flanks. It's a good centralized location to play around, especially with the Phoenix comp they're on.
Yeah, so very defensible position, owning this height here and making sure the team cannot come up here, forcing them into that room, so you have a much more targeted location to put some serious damage out, and you're gonna have Spark Chief down there just juking around, trying to bide time while your whole team is dealing damage on the high side. Vest gonna be doing the same. Cooper gonna find Terra in that building going. Again, Luna Snow deals so much damage there with a hit scan in of herself, and then walking in again, Vest gonna put that damage, always looking towards the back line, not trying to put that damage on the Vanguards, instead trying to weave it through the Vanguards towards the back line is exactly what you're looking to do there with Magneto. Spark Chief gonna juke back towards the team, and everybody gonna have to reset
Yo,
here
Saints!
for 100
Appreciate
Thieves.
the massive gift and sub.
Yeah, this is already a little bit scary now for 100 Thieves, and that's because, you know, we're seeing the combination of Spark Chief and Cooper, that back line. You mentioned the clap earlier.
Do you prefer
it is,
a defend or attack first?
With the help from the
I like defending first.
Terra also finds visions, though, so good opening pick.
How long is it until you get the badge? As soon as you gift the sub, you should be able to get the badge instantly.
Right back through with the self
Look top right in your inventory.
On Division once more. That will not have the res now. Up goes, and this could be a big slam here from Vest. Tries to throw it at Terra on the back line. Not enough of an angle there to make that work. The whole team gonna fall here. Oh, that's a huge freedom truck, but even through it, TTK gonna find Spark Chief. Great focus there as Vinny takes out Vest. Millennia with a 2-piece on a Cooper and
nice.
Energy.
Millennia, a DPS player playing the...
Yeah, very, very quick take, and that's interesting.
The
that
Mantis,
FlyQuest as well as running this sort of Adam Warlock alongside it, and you know, you would think that with a team like FlyQuest, but because of everything that happened and the fact they get the Ultron, that they would play around it, but at the moment, valuing that Adam Warlock into this triple comp, and honestly, I'd prefer seeing FlyQuest on this than the Ultron stuff that we've seen earlier. But right now, the pace of 100 Thieves has been nice. They keep damage boosting the right target. Terra finds those opening picks, or Delena.
Now, I like defense more because let's just say, hypothetically, you full hold, then you know how many ults to use on offense to cap. So let's just say you full hold them, then you know, hey, to guarantee a win, let's stack 6 ults, go into the next team fight with 6 ults, and bang.
Soon as well. Spark Chief at about 70, and Cooper gonna bring out that dance floor after that pick early on a Millennia. Spark Chief gonna find Terra. Delena bringing both right back, and that is what Delena has been doing. A ton of value there, not having to commit too much in terms of the side of Fly just yet, as Cooper and Vision are still holding on. Again, Spark Chief close and Energy close, where 100 Thieves now will have a few in the Vanguard line. This could be a big group hug here from Group with the Strangling Prison, drawing some attention away. The Strangling Prison is huge. Can they combine and make something happen? They cannot. Great utilization there.
Oh, they broke it before I landed. Damn.
Healthy as everybody's still holding on full HP at the moment.
Yeah, good deletion of both of the Ensong Inferno. Trades coming through. Energy wins the duel in the sky, but they also lose Spark Chief, who is now resurrected. Harvey in the dance floor, you know, not going to bring anybody back necessarily, but Vision's going to bring back his own team, and Energy in the squad able to eventually push forward off of that, you know, copy into that Luna Snow from Harvey. Or sorry, rather, yeah, no, that was Luna Snow, and you know, with that, they just win the fight right out, right, because of the res coming through from FlyQuest and then going up in terms of pick advantage. 100 Thieves now, you know, have some choices to go through. That's another lost fight, but we have 3 minutes on the clock they have to work with here. They can commit that Soul Resurgence to go aggressive.
Yo, happy birthday, Lo. This is patch 4.0 still.
Last time FlyQuest countered this in
not 4.5.
with another Eternal Bond.
Yeah, what a shot there from Terra to find Vision in the back line, and immediately going to end Song Inferno. Combination there with Vest, going to take out Harvey. Vision reses right back though, but again, down one number here. FlyQuest still maintaining position here as 100 Thieves are down one number. Energy going to be taking out Terra again with another pick here. Vest onto TTK, Energy onto Vinny, and everybody's going down here. Going to have to force that reset with 2 minutes on. FlyQuest with not a lot of option here besides the dance floor in the next fight, and there will be a few answers if you can press through with that strangling prison from Vinny. There is an opportunity to get that pick, and we'll see Delena available with that res too. TTK going to be close with the Meteor M as we start up our next fight. Again, not a lot of alt advantage.
It's just under the desk
enough here for them to press through some of these
treadmill that I got on Amazon for like $100
as we start up with our next fight.
Yeah, it's going to be so slow, right? And
just an electric one. You plug it in and
FlyQuest peel it off, but now cooldowns are used. A lot of cooldowns used. Maybe trying to force Vinny to use it here, but he's not getting baited at the current moment. Just taking it slow, letting Terra maybe find a pick, but you have Energy on the back line. Oh my God!
Wow, that was obscene as both go up with the End Song Inferno, but where does it land? Meteor M combination is always very valuable. Doesn't seem like that one worked too well.
The play, yeah, Chad, this week,
anyone that goes down at that moment, the whole team going to be holding on as Vinny takes out Energy right
someone
now.
asked Pepega Puppy. I mean, I'm not gonna
but Vision going to do the same.
ignore
Energy
it.
back in the fight immediately.
They want to know where I got it from. I got it. I'm
Again,
gonna
just
say
a note,
it.
when you get those reses out with Warlocks, don't be afraid to walk forward because the res location is around your person and not the location of the res that you dropped. So moving forward, we'll get you more reses. Again, whole team going to collapse once more, and FlyQuest are looking lights out here on this second phase.
Dude, FlyQuest is bullying 100 Thieves right now.
And why not shove the rest in if you can?
Yeah, these are brutal staggers, and that's off of a really deep res from Vision, you know, coming back towards his side. Terra overcommits to it, and Energy, you know, after being res, just comes back and takes him out.
Appreciate the massive gift itself.
For him on that Phoenix right now, Energy winning that duel on Phoenix due to his positioning and also due to a nice res spot, but Terra equalizes it. Nice pick off from him.
And walking in, Zello's going to get caught up there during one of those dashes, still able to press forward and put some pressure onto the back line. And now he's going to find
bro, Chad, this is looking so fucking bad, bro.
And again, FlyQuest are holding on like champions onto this point early on, as if it's an OT situation with no time on the clock. 10 seconds are on the clock.
Damn, is 100 Thieves only a cough map, a cough team?
Vinny commits, will have Feast of the Abyss, and is going to try to make that happen. Still holding on, using that cooldown, still biding time on point. Really well played there by Vinny and the backline of 100 Thieves to keep them moving. Energy now going to dunk, try to get a combination once more with Vest. Does that work out? It does! Onto Vinny, getting rid of that overhealth instantaneously. Delena going to bring Vinny right back once again as the numbers are evened out, and that's a 2-for-1 trade on alt. But will it happen once more as the opposition doing the same thing? And
damn, there we go.
And that's going to find a huge pick on the Vision. Does Vision have self-res? That could be what really matters.
Oh, I was about to say that force on the Luna ult, but that was the copy. I was about to, I don't think they needed that, but
he was able to hold on there, but not able to.
Capped.
Yeah, but unfortunately, yeah, exactly. For 100 Thieves, they've used every ult basically, and you know, you're wondering, okay, why is Harvey using that ult? But it's because he got the copy off earlier. Now FlyQuest have a huge ult advantage. Vinny's gonna have to find a neutral fight pick with damage boost, and that's really the only win condition outside of Terra.
Oh yeah, I don't think 100 Thieves is winning this fight, chat. They only have Vinny's ult, unless Vinny gets a massive like 6K. But
territory, so at least that was happening. But FlyQuest,
Jay, do you have a cat? Like, is that what you were talking to? No, I'm talking to the voices in my head. I don't have any animals.
Lights out right now and keeping it calm, cool, and collected. But at this point, if they keep playing slow enough, the team will come back. Beside of 100 Thieves with ult advantage. Spark Chief going to keep that pressure on. Is still holding on to that Feast of the Abyss. Very low in HP. Out goes the Eternal Bond as the whole team is now walking forward once more. And we are going to see them turning that right back as Mantis going to pop the Q from the side of Millennia. And still holding on to ults here, but about to be 5 ults for 100 Thieves if they can maintain this fight. Terra onto Energy is a huge pick, but that res will be available as Vision brings Energy right back. As discussed, Millennia onto Vest, but once more, all of those will come back. Can they collapse here with the help of Phoenix? CTK gonna make that pick happen, but again, FlyQuest has everyone available right now. Nobody out of this fight, and 100 Thieves are now up in alt until Cooper
I mean, I actually don't understand how they're keeping this in.
98% for the dance floor.
Oh, TTK got blocked by James, bro.
Likely get this point. Are you kidding me? 100 Thieves.
Wow, I cannot fucking believe how they did this, bro. FlyQuest needs a VOD review how they lost that. They literally had every single fucking ult advantage.
Like, I didn't even think that was going to be a win condition at all.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Earlier, the supports, the strategist keeping Vinny alive. Maybe they're trying to.
TTK looks good in this photo.
Would have to use a piece of abyss there, but
in his face cam.
Like, he just stays alive through some great healing out of his backline. So at the moment, 100 Thieves, great job building up those ults. Terra eventually finds that pick. The res was used, yes, but then that sets up Cooper to get taken down by a dunk from TTK.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane and very well played again by 100 Thieves, just maintaining and biding time until they got those ults. And
yeah,
I cannot believe
TTK is top tier kid.
Just a series of events that was. Up goes energy now. Gonna wait here and hold on until the movement forward is potentially switched to damage here by Cooper right about now. Bang, coming in heavy, does not find a pick, but does break some of those clones. Eternal Bond going to be launched now. Terra coming in with the end song as well on the side of 100 Thieves, and that's the only ult available at the moment. Now Delena and Harvey are going to have ults. Vest holding on to that Meteor M. Vision will be there shortly, and Spark Chief at 84%. Zello's gonna find a
big res, big res.
Come right back from a big ult from Delena, who is holding on to that point and still maintaining this presence with a full team on point here.
Damn, they actually got that fucking guy in the back on Vision? That's crazy. Hey, this is their moment to shine. They gotta win this. They got the fucking res.
Down without self-res in that moment, so not able to bring that back quick enough. Up goes the Meteor M from Vest now. Will that land? It's on the back line, but no. Great crystals there from Harvey. And what a back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, Terra's been showing up when it matters most. Insane thing with Delena, energy falls and the experience, maybe it could be overwhelming.
I gifted a sub, but don't have a chance to get the Daredevil thing. Yeah, if you gift a sub, you get the Daredevil icon, yes. You have to check in your inventory. Or check in your Twitch notifications.
On that cart for FlyQuest side, they have ults to come back. They've done it before, but at the moment, 100 Thieves, their momentum can maybe not be matched.
And remember, folks, OT does add a few seconds onto your respawn timer, and that is something that is very important right now. The spawn is heavily
okay. I don't know. This is a fucking ult fest right here.
Push through if 100 Thieves can go through, find 3 up.
Oh, this is unfortunate.
No, not able to make that work as Cooper still has
Wait.
a ton of that over health. Everybody now going to match ults as Cooper still holding on to that dance floor. Zello still have Eternal Bond, and that will be matched right into
Dinner. Appreciate the massive 2 months.
That presence forward. Vinny holding on to the Feast of the Abyss. Delena almost has res again, and Vision does. So this will be an insanely sustained fight unless you can get that pick on Warlock. As Vest finds Terra immediately, that's going to be matched.
Wait, where the hell is that res? Oh, that res is all the way in the back.
Uh-oh. The res is in that backside angle. That's a dangerous spot as Terra falls once again, and that res will not come through. Vest. Delena going to take out Spark Chief, though, and we may see a res now from the other side in terms of FlyQuest.
Oh my god.
But again,
oh, Harvey copied the Luna. I thought he was going to copy the res.
Delena falls. FlyQuest stepping up right now with ult advantage. This is looking like it's going to go in their favor. Delena res is back up, but will not have that res for the team. But the bond is out, making it very difficult to land that meteor and find success.
Oh, nice TP, nice TP. Oh my god, this fight's crazy. Rafa, appreciate the massive 2 gifted subs, my friend.
Side of Loki, what a back and forth again.
Yeah, how are they still alive here? I mean, 100 Thieves not even losing Vinny yet is crazy. Vinny falls so low, close to that Feast of Abyss, like you mentioned. Everybody's also hit.
Oh my god, bro. How the hell is this fight still going, dude? The ult rotations and everything is so crazy. Vinny almost has another mass res. Vision died with his res, but he's gonna self-res. Hey, Nub, but appreciate the massive gift of the sub.
Is this happening? They're still maintaining presence on point, but now Vision got a res.
Oh, Delena died and he almost had his res. Damn. Unless Harvey. No, Harvey. He already used it.
Who doesn't look like that res is available right now.
Wait, did they cap? Oh my god, they see that.
No, yeah, 100 Thieves are still on it. FlyQuest got pushed off by Magneto. Spark Chief wasn't touching.
Oh, they got pushed off, chat.
God, 100 Thieves.
What a fucking fight that was, bro. FlyQuest should not have even lost second point, bro. The fact that 100 Thieves just did all that is absolutely insane, bro. I don't know if that means FlyQuest is like, I don't know if that means like FlyQuest threw the fuck out of that round or like 100 Thieves is just that fucking good.
And wow, they got ult so quickly.
Yeah. And as much as I want to be positive about it, I mean, dude, FlyQuest couldn't buy a kill. Like, they literally couldn't. They just, like, tried their hardest, but in the middle
in that
of these, like,
one round,
fights,
Energy has 41,000 damage.
Trying, man. man. Like, look at that, 41K dam.
In one round, hypothetically, if he does the same thing in this round and it goes to overtime, he would do 82,000 damage.
And then outside of that, it was kind of
holy
silent
fuck
across the board. And I think it goes to show, like you mentioned,
Cooper as well with 52,000 healing.
Everybody stepping up.
Oh my god!
I mean, literally in the middle of these fights, we just needed something to come through for FlyQuest.
You heard that, BB boy?
Like they're just getting, you know, a little bit nervous maybe in this intense match for 35K minimum. Shib, if they make this match to the grand finals, if they win this match to the grand finals, that's 35K in the bank minimum for second place.
Yeah, that's insane, and that is definitely
appreciate the massive prime sub
in the front of their minds. And again, just a shout out to these comps. I mean, very tricky and tough to handle. Huge cooldowns when it comes to Bond there. And
if you win this match, you're guaranteed $35,000, bro. TTK, if he wins this, he owes me at least like 30. I'm his agent. I take like 90%.
You know what they do? They get angry and they get even as they are now attacking and pressing forward, taking that topside space instantly from them. Energy just stacking and already 70% onto alt, by far the closest to alt so far, just absolutely raining out of the back line of 100 Thieves. And wow, Terra goes down. Spark Chief with a great throw there from Cap, who can do this all day, and now going to run right into the back line. Energy on a Millennia, popping those crystals quickly, and now Delena though with a nice pick onto Energy, going to try to trade that back, and that will buy them a little bit of time. But even so, there will be a starting to own this presence on point if they can find Vinny with great cooldown rotation, still maintaining presence. And wow, what a look there! Immediately back
Spark
to 100%
Chief is such a mid tank.
That is
probably one of the
absolutely
worst takes I've ever seen. Spark Chief is fucking crazy.
TTK not able to make that happen.
Yeah, right now,
also that bubble was crazy.
Comps, man, nobody ever goes down. Nobody ever is a casualty against this comp. And Song Inferno finally connects. Born again. Guess what, Chib? They're back in the fight.
Delena going to bring back Millennia and Harvey, who just go down. And again, that's a trade, and that's why Warlock is so, you know, threatening in the right hands. You are using a 2-for-1 trade there with that combination.
Energy doing, bro, I'm so glad that thing is not in the game anymore, that melee tech.
You just immediately res everyone back for one ult. That is a huge trade. Everybody coming back in with a ton of HP with that overhealth, and you just keep the presence forward and pressing on top of them as FlyQuest is now turning that back in their favor, and again trading and taking this win as Energy is on an absolute tear with a 3-piece. But once again, I mean, they definitely bought more time there than FlyQuest did on their defense. But, yeah, these
I think TTK is just gonna die instantly now.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no wait. TTK is not dead. They're recontesting this. He's not. Oh, he's 1 HP. He's 1 HP. Oh, TTK died.
Throw it out. Cannot. Goes down to Vision. And yeah, at this point, Chib, I mean, the thing is with these Atom comps is that they really are just knockdown, drag-out fights. Like, you're just hoping and praying that Terra finds.
I think TTK ulted there so he could stall the card a little bit longer, and so he wouldn't die.
Right?
But the only person that could hit him is obviously Vision.
The surprising factor was for them on the defense is
or Zelos. I'm pretty sure. You can suck him while he's mag ulting.
The Atom Warlock and match it.
Appreciate it, Slot.
Like when it gets dicey like that, it feels like. And now FlyQuest finally trying to, you know, play more aggressive styles.
What? The suck, chat. It's like the Moira suck. Luke, appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. Welcome,
which is a strategy that is incredibly impactful. We saw a lot in the MRC, and not as much here because we haven't
Stop being weird, chat. You guys know exactly what I mean.
In stage 2 of Ignite, coming in heavy now with Ensong. That does find a ton of equipment break. Terra gonna take out Cooper. Spark Chief though gonna find Harvey, Vision, and Zelos gonna get 1 and 2. Zelos gonna a ton of picks there on Cloak. TTK gonna make sure that pick gets traded right back, but still 100 Thieves are down a few numbers in this fight. And yes, Vision with another shot there on a TTK you talked about, where it was the Ultron that was saved, and here it is. Vision getting a ton of value now.
Yeah, he's looking very good at the moment, and for 100 Thieves, you know, it is funny because
you guys saw Delena? Delena's hiding, I think. All right, who is that hiding? Bottom right.
They wanted to stick to the traditional 2-2-2 style. That is 2 duelists, 2 Vanguard,
someone
and 2
was hiding
compositions. 100 Thieves, you know, have been kind of forced because of the meta in this game at the moment to play the Atom Warlock stuff a little bit more. But right now, I mean, FlyQuest taking full advantage of these aggressive dives coming through from Spark Chief and from the help in the sky from Vision.
The next fight starts up now, but look at those cues available. And as I say,
Oh,
that Terra
no,
falls early,
dude. Oh, no.
Welcome back in, Harvey. And potentially, Terra, if you can move up close enough. And there it is, as both are back in the fight. But now, Spar Chief committed there with a Freedom Charge. Vest is ready too. Vision, Cooper, and Zelos all almost there as well. Harvey gonna copy up, and the dance floor begins. Will this dunk matter?
Oh my God, dude.
Cooper is gonna fall from TTK. The movement was crazy there. Juking around that box, still making it work. Good play by Millennia, who did make that transition from duelist to strategist. We talked a bit about that yesterday as well. Energy in the 1v1 situation here. Gonna have to drop out and keep that presence forward, but FlyQuest still maintaining a good presence on point. Sun goes out, landing out of Terra, keeping a good strong.
I don't know how the casters can keep casting this and
you talk about right angles, making sure that you're constantly peeking on the right side gives you an advantage in some of these hero shooters, because you do kind of have that angle to look
to follow what's going on and keep casting it is crazy. Fucking skill, bro.
Pole came through too late from 100 Thieves, unfortunately, from Vinny.
I'd fall asleep if I was one of these casters, bro. Just in the middle of my sentence.
Earlier, that was insane that he lived. Like, he dodged the Meteor M, also dodged an Ensong Inferno. He got hit by the Ensong Inferno, but popped his ult at the right time where he had maximum overhealth, I guess, for it, and just lived that Ensong Inferno after the shield dissipated. Great work there from 100 Thieves, or rather from FlyQuest, to keep this cart moving. And they, like you, we have a pretty big time bank, right? 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the third phase. You don't have ults, but you can build some up. Also, you have to bear in mind, in this matchup on Phoenix, energy has been
Gargo,
well
true.
again,
I feel like if I was a caster, halfway into casting, I'd probably fall asleep.
Started to kind of get online, so we need to see for FlyQuest fans, at least, if they can keep up this domination on Terra.
Vision gonna find that pick there. FlyQuest are looking like the team that they've always have been, but just kind of struggling in a little bit here on the defense. Vest with a two-piece out of Vinny and Millennia. Delena gonna bring those numbers right back once again, though. So much value. Great positioning there with those reses. Make sure you're taking note if you play at them consistently.
Oh my God.
Deal damage and then escape to get a big res. Vest is gonna find Millennia, though, and they are once again up in numbers. Vest make that too, who is again getting so
FlyQuest is looking like a really strong team.
Just ensuring they can keep numbers up, but as I say that, Terra finds energy.
FlyQuest is looking like a really strong team right now.
Are now even once more. Out goes that eternal bond here from Zelos, walking them forward.
They look very
down goes CTK.
They look more consistent than 100 Thieves.
Can they hold, or will FlyQuest push this to OT?
You have to bear in mind, at least they use the combination of Vest energy and alongside Cooper with the damage boost, and that was big for them last time. The swap to Captain America has been really a big change for FlyQuest, who's Spar Chief creating so much space just by himself. Charge countered super.
Two assembles. They can
kind of wait it out with that Ultron in the sky. Here comes a counter dive coming in from Spar Chief to force out maybe a soul bond.
Yeah, and that's a good call out. You kind of want to be the better, quote-unquote, better alt means you've essentially used it later without any, downward loss from your team's numbers. Terra, though, finds an immediate two-piece, so committing those alts now not going to get as much value as they could not keep the presence forward. Everybody trying to...
100 Thieves has no ults, but also FlyQuest has no ults.
Shields go up here a ton from Vest. Team dropping back, and great movement there as a unit, just playing behind that shield.
I think Delena needs to get his ASAP, and also Harvey, Millennia.
One ult here for energy.
This is gonna be last fight though. I think this is gonna be the overtime situation, chat.
And Vest ready, Cooper as well, and this is going to be a Q fest. But who comes out on top as we start once more into an insane battle?
I think it's going to be FlyQuest. I mean, they have the combo. They've been playing for one fight. They have the Ensong Inferno, Meteor M.
Ooh, they said they had the combo, but I don't know, man.
They want here. They're just picking a target right now, looking for somebody.
No, you can't let him die. Harvey has ult as well. Oh, I mean, I guess he's waiting for the res, but oh no, what are they doing, chat?
Again, a massive pick there, as no one will be coming back.
Oh, fuck, bro, that's a disgusting combo.
Right now with these picks, almost gets a third there, but again, Millennia coming in with that resurgence and keeping everyone healthy. Bubble on as the dance floor is there from Cooper. Vest needs to find another pick towards the back line as everybody else is maintaining presence on point. TTK gonna fall here from Cooper, and now looking at that off angle out of Millennia.
Nice switch by Delena to go rocket to have that free res.
Wow, freedom charge out though could buy them valuable time here from Vinny, who's still healthy on point and still owning this space here with TTK. Again, only down one as Millennia is down.
Damn, you saw Vest's face? Vest was very surprised on how he died or what happened. Oh my god! Bro, I'm sorry. I don't think 100 Thieves deserved this map, but they somehow fucking did it, chat. I think FlyQuest looked so much better on this map. They looked more consistent. They looked like they had better, I think, ult economy. They were like rotating ults perfectly. The ult combinations were good. I don't know, man. That's fucking wild.
I mean, that's a lot of KOs, right? 15 onto him. This was an absolute just back and forth brawl. And this is what we were talking about earlier, Shib. In these third matches,
Terra had
1 and 2,
17 final hits, 53,000. Energy was 49 and 11 with 21 final hits. 65,000 damage.
Goes to FlyQuest, but it's not all about KOs, especially when a Warlock is on your comp, because you will fall a ton, but it doesn't matter as long as you fall with a little.
Cooper had 79,000 healing too. Shit, bro.
And they had some great defensible positions, held it for a very long time, like you had mentioned. But it doesn't matter when they get through there in OT, because the point is the point. As long as you cap and move forward, nothing matters that was behind you. So again, 100 Thieves, when they need to show up, they are showing up here, up again.
Oh, I gotta see that. They're just gonna yap real quick, chat. They're just gonna yap. Let me see.
Still help.
Oh wow! She's at the back. They win 5.
Yeah, Vest as well. Vest went. I don't know if you guys can see it. Vest went 47 and 6, 19 finals with 43,000 damage and almost 90,000 damage blocked. Fuck. Vinny did really well on the other team as well. 42,000 damage with almost 80,000 damage blocked. And TTK had 50,000 damage on a tank with almost 70,000 damage. God damn. Bro, this was a crazy match. This was a crazy fucking match.
In these third maps after 1 and 2, I mean, this is when it gets real.
These were absolute battles back and forth.
Wait, the Millennia actually have 16?
I would assume the game might end, but
16 deaths?
It just never ends with these teams. These teams just know how to stall for long enough to keep the fight going, and eventually you just kind of tire out whatever position you're in, and you lose the fight after a certain period of time, and they just keep capitalizing on that.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen an MVP have 15 KOs, like casualties on himself. Like, that's insane. Like, that is, wow. I mean, that goes to show, like, the team play is there from 100 Thieves at the current moment. Shib, they, you know, in these overtime fights just kept clutching up, and whether that be FlyQuest not really being fully veteraned out just yet, right? They're not necessarily they haven't been there like 100 Thieves have, right? 100 Thieves have been through the ringer, and it shows, right? I mean,
bro,
chat, that we talk about sometimes that are hard to really,
I love 100 Thieves, don't get me wrong, but I think
because of that are now up 2-1
I think FlyQuest deserve that so much more. Hero, appreciate the massive gift this up, my friend. God damn. That's tough.
Oh.
100 Thieves didn't win that game. FlyQuest lost it. Oh, the fact that you said that actually makes a lot of sense.
Mind crush.
So wait, you're telling me if you don't win, you lose, but if you lose, you win? Shiro, stop that. How else am I gonna feed my children? I need them to watch that. Also, there's nothing going on, it's a break. Shiro, Shiro, you are literally reaching inside of Boba's mouth and taking the food away from him. What are you doing? Chat, you guys heard that here? Yeah, you heard it here first, chat. Shiro literally likes to take food out of children's mouths and let them starve. That is wild. Wild. Yo, Boss Ace, appreciate the massive gifted sub, my friend. Oh, I'm not gonna listen to that. Yeah, I think that's actually really true by YouTube over here. Yep, see, this is why my YouTube is so 5-header. It doesn't really matter who loses this game. Either FlyQuest loses or 100 Thieves loses, because whichever team loses is going to go to the lower bracket. And I mean, listen, I love both teams in the lower bracket, but I think one of these teams are going to fucking roll the lower bracket. And then you're going to get a rematch of a best of 7, which is going to be fire. Fire. Share your workout split. Upper, lower, upper, lower. Envy versus 100 Thieves win. Did that already happen? I feel like that was... How do you get your arms so huge? Shake weight in the shower. It's low-key a great workout. There is a lower bracket today. These teams are in the lower bracket. NB and Dark Zero.
Welcome back, everyone, and 100 Thieves clutch up and take home that map. And again, up 2-1. FlyQuest has not been in this position, and now it is their map choice. As we actually are heading over to Spider Island. Just for some stats, FlyQuest is 1-0 here. 100 Thieves in this tournament have not played here just yet. So again, this is going to be a fun one to witness.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see if, like, we have, you know, on the flip side, some results out of them now, right? What goes on Spider Islands, 100 Thieves are quite good here, right? That's the difficulty, that 100 Thieves on Spider Islands is practice. They have a lot of time on this map, and yeah, they're pretty solid here, I think, consistently, at least throughout the other stages. And going into it, I mean, we thought we would see a lot more Spider Islands this tournament in general, but it kind of was a little bit all over the place. A lot of Hall de Joya, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. At least early on, I feel like we haven't seen Hall de Joya together in a while. But
no,
I mean, again,
no,
this
big
is
no,
very
big
much
no,
one
no,
of
no,
those
no,
triple
no, no.
hold composition maps here, as we will see that show up in this moment. So I'm curious to see what the bans, or if the bans change at all, as we head into our next map. It is do or die here for Fly, who need to pop off.
I did not think we would see that right at the beginning of the tournament. We were talking about how good FlyQuest was, and they performed. Same thing for the
you know, actually, that's really true. Someone said maybe FlyQuest is getting a little too cocky, and this is what they need. If they lose, maybe they come back down to earth. They need to get humbled.
To like an unsigned team, but they never lost the series, and
maybe it's time for them to get humbled.
The map loss count doesn't really matter, right? It matters how you perform in the moment. And 100 Thieves have always been a team that sort of, I mean, it does feel like they're a team that plays down in competition, right? It really does. Like, they will play
and
up
Kalush said Envy would 3-0 100 Thieves. Yeah, that's actually wild.
Any given week, and right now they're locked in versus FlyQuest, up 2 in the series. And they're getting taken to a map where we've seen them.
I don't think 100 Thieves are the most cocky team. I think that's just Terra. I mean, Terra's Terra. Listen, when you're as good as him, I think you can be cocky.
Making sure they don't want to play with Mantis.
Yeah, that is a smart
ban. I think Vinny is a very down-to-earth guy. He does not seem like he has an ego or anything. TTK, he's a nice kid. You know, Delena might have an ego. I can see that.
The locking in strange here, guaranteeing they can get back to point, makes a ton of sense to me. Goodbye to those Emmas to ensure you can't just brawl. Emma does a great job, and I'm sure everyone knows who has played against an Emma, you know, a favorite of mine, if you will, but she can absolutely just beat up those Vanguards and just handle them like it is her job, because it can be her job. And once that laser gets charged up, you look right towards the back line. So yeah, goodbye to that Emma, and that will not be in the selection. I'm curious to see what
having an ego is a good thing, chat,
of these triple comps.
I think it's a good thing. It's like a double-edged sword.
Now, what does that mean protect-wise? Do we protect Adam Warlock? Do we protect, you know, something else here? 400 Thieves, because
God hates lag.
That matchup versus FlyQuest
appreciate
currently
flags. Appreciate that some prime stuff, my friend.
Woman right now because of the protection. They're getting that character that they play heavily around, and on the opposite side, instead of Ultron protects coming through, for FlyQuest, 100 Thieves going for that ban protect, getting the ban out of there for Jeff as well comes through.
I heard
from
J3
FlyQuest,
has a
so
super big ego too.
slow
Well, the
adjustments
problem
there
with
from Team FlyQuest.
J3
Meanwhile,
having
same
a
thing
massive
for 100
ego
Thieves,
is
making
he
sure no
deserves
run
it.
is
Like,
available
I don't
for their
think I've
squad.
ever seen J3 actually lose a 1v1
Yeah, we are
before,
going to see the change
and I
up
don't
here.
think he's
Sparchief
ever
looking like
actually
he's going to be playing
lost
that
a
group.
game.
Vess on the mag,
J3
and
loses
energy
on
the string.
purpose
Vision is gonna match
to make
back
other
with
people feel
Delena
good.
on that warlock, like you had discussed. I think.
Like,
So far,
think about it, chat. Think about it. When you load into a game, this is how J3 thinks. When you load into the game, you don't know what the other team is going through, bro. Someone on the other team could be having a bad day. Maybe beating J3 would make their day better. Maybe, maybe someone on the other team just lost their pet goldfish and they had to flush it down the toilet. J3 knows that because he knows everything and will purposely lose because low-key, J3 is their favorite streamer, and beating their favorite streamer will make them happy.
Like the invisible one, it makes sense, right? To get rid of it
J3
too,
knows
to make
all.
sure that they can't have it on the opposite side, but when you see that hero, or at least rather making sure you have it for your team, I wonder if it's going to pan out for the side of 100 Thieves, because when they do get that out of matchup, right? FlyQuest haven't been able to take advantage of 100 Thieves just yet, but maybe on the defense they're starting out with that triple.
J3 is high as hell again. J3's not.
Maybe he's going to be with the
Don't get
so
J3 angry.
alongside that Thor that we've been seeing a lot with 100 or with MV and FlyQuest.
Yeah, it's very cool to see Thor taking a step forward. Granted, has consistently only been in these triple compositions, but it does go down early there from Terra with a great force physics to walk.
How many fingers am I holding up? One. It's the middle finger.
Difficult thing to see. Thor, a very selfish kid, you might say.
I know everything.
To escape that as Terra finds Cooper, and that is a quick takedown here on the side of 100 Thieves, who are just walking and keeping the presence forward. That portal's going to come in quicker than they may have wanted as Vest falls, but notice Vest does fall on point there, which is exactly what you're looking to do. Do not allow that thing to scooch forward while you are staggering and come back as a unit. So that is what we're going to see as TTK portals up.
I think the
Not
big
TTK,
thing,
excuse me, energy.
The big thing is that both these teams are really, really good on attack. Like, most teams throughout the tournament have shown strengths on defense, but both of these squads, they tend to win so many fights versus triple where other teams will not, and that's kind of what separates them at the moment as ults have been built up and Vinny finds Sparchief middle of the fight.
Yeah, teams are trying to find the obscure answer. If you
Oh,
will,
big eye, big eye. Uh-oh, TTK and Terra. TTK and Terra. TTK and Terra learned that from J3.
To the strangling prison and invisible boundary and the hurricane. That was a massive win there for 100 Thieves. Absolutely
God
disgusting
damn.
and great combo up there by TTK and Terra. The 1-2 punch, if you will, to shut down Fly again. We're going to come back with about 3 ultimates and that res from Vision.
Yeah, right now they're slowing it down, and kind of have a point to talk about the triple composition, or rather triple 2-1 composition for both of these squads later on.
Is there a better Bucky than Terra?
Copy, and
J3
on the side, we'll see if this Meteor M connects and slows down anything as Delena gets the overhealth.
Yeah, the Hurricane got to roll through.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
As much as possible. It was matched by the boundary up in the sky.
Oh, come on, Delena. You're better than that, bro. Wait, Delena, you just looked at him.
He gets taken out by Sparchief. Terra gonna find energy. Sparchief on a Millennia. Vest now. Vinny. And they are up in numbers.
I think Delena's gonna switch. I think it didn't work, so they're definitely gonna switch.
Do not allow that second fight to mess with you, as the nature of this whole composition is to ensure 3 fights. And if you win on the 3rd fight, it is what it is. At least you're still holding, and you still have ults. Again, Vinny gonna have that strangling prison, but now TTK very close to another eye. Terra with the Kraken impact as well. Energy gonna have ult.
Should we what should install Rivals on Steam or Epic? I play on Steam. I don't.
With a big end song Inferno needs to
come I do Steam, to be honest with you.
If they can land that combo again, will be detrimental. It's gonna ensure that res doesn't come through as we start up with another fight here on the attack.
Yeah, we're currently seeing both teams on each other's best comps right now. Here comes Terra though in the sky. Slam dunk, meanwhile from Vass along.
Oh, what a good find. Oh! Oh!
Yeah, well done by Energy on that mark, and great ult there by Zelos to keep the team
What a good
healthy.
find. I didn't even see him standing there in the rubble.
Matched right back, and unfortunately
But
they're not able to
damn.
pressure through it. So well done by FlyQuest. Vision still has that res. Vess with the Meteor M and Sparchief. Cooper will be ready as well. So another opportunity to use that boundary if need be, but you might want to copy early in these fights just due to the nature of how strong these duelists are, as Terra and Delena now. Delena is going to be on the Ultron looking to pressure that backline. Millennia will have that boundary, but that's all you'll be seeing is Delena and Millennia from 100 Thieves. 20 seconds on, they need to win this fight if they want to try to shut down and guarantee a better position on this map. Getting to point 2 enables a far better chance of success on taking the map, but it looks like FlyQuest are lights out right now as Cooper brings out that invisible boundary.
Yeah, slowing it down right now. FlyQuest, like you mentioned, holding on to this point quite well. Copy eventually runs out from Cooper. So that'll be an advantage for 100 Thieves if they can build up ults later on, but they use that Ultron's Rage. They need to build up quickly again. Visions, meanwhile, also dealing with Delena. These shots coming in, but Delena somehow lives in the invisible boundary.
Up goes the nice dunk there by Vess onto Harvey.
TTK, carry this.
Putting Terra down.
TTK, carry this.
Great movement and an even better pocket.
Is it big?
Keep the team up, but Millennia
Oh, he has low health. Chat.
Tough spot as TTK goes down. Vision on that pick, still holding on to the revival energy. Onto Delena. Terra comes through and finds energy though. So maintaining that position for this is exactly where they were on Symbiotic. Can they do it again? Keep this pressure, keep owning the space. Terra coming in with Kraken Impact, trying to get a pick here onto Cooper. Not able to make that happen. It does fall.
Oh, they got the TP down.
The portal comes through here from TTK, and the fight begins once
Damn,
more.
Energy's locked in, bro. He's locked in. He ain't losing another match, chat. We might be going to a match 5, chat. We actually might be going to a match 5. Oh, this is beautiful. This is cinema.
I jinxed the 100 Thieves, I suppose.
Cinema.
Incredible defense from FlyQuest.
Ooh.
I mean, this kind of what happens when you give Cooper, I guess, Loki, because I would hate to play against that ship. Like, this guy was never going down, always was around the map.
Cooper's Cooper-tastic, right?
I mean,
yeah.
You know, like, Spider Islands is one of the hardest maps to play against a good Loki on, and at the current moment, like, FlyQuest were just dominating from that perspective. But the big thing, Ship, that I wanted to talk about earlier was, like, in these triple comps, people would just assume, okay, because they have so much sustain, because there's so much healing, right? Okay, we just want to live. That's all we got to think about, right? But you can see, at least at the highest level, at least with these two teams that are currently number 1 and number 2 in the upper bracket, they want to constantly make plays. Like, that's what a lot of people understand is that.
Damn, it's not even like 100 Thieves played bad as well. I mean,
setting up each other.
Look at the stats. It was a pretty close game.
You know, has a good understanding of their win conditions when they are, you know, actively finding those KOs with their ultimates, right? With their, you know, combination when we see Vest come alongside.
Who won the
energy,
Sentinels
right?
match?
They're constantly aware of that.
Sentinels
so a lot of teams
lost.
even have
Dark
bad
Zero
mentalities
won
where they're
that,
like, okay,
which we're
because
about to witness next game.
We just want to live. But no,
After the
you
series.
still have to set up plays like you're
We
playing.
posted the game-winning comms. Did you listen? Not yet. I could.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Just piggybacking.
I could listen right after this. Hey, good luck in you guys' next game, by the way. We're gonna be watching.
Commit 1, maybe 2. Do we have an answer for one of their alts? What if they combo? What's our answer for that? And you are consistently going back and forth in that thought process, in the comms, making sure you have a way through whatever obstacle is in front of you. So great call there. That is exactly what is being played at this level of play. That is exactly how they're playing with Terra.
Yeah, tell your team I said shit, dude. Yeah, it's not loading for me right now. Tell your team I said good shit, bro. Keep it up.
Here for this triple is
you guys have been a lot of fun to actually watch.
Terra gonna find Cooper on that Doctor Strange in the sky.
This is what I wanted out of 100 Thieves on Midtown all day enough, is to play the Thing composition. And then they want Terra on Doctor Strange. It looks like that's what he's comfortable on, because last time, yeah, when he was
also,
playing
yeah,
the Thing,
that's not loading for me right now.
Like the best.
I
think for the
chat,
team,
is anyone's
and Vinny
Twitter
on the Thing
working?
Maybe feels a little bit more comfortable. That's why they're doing it, and that's why they've already won a single round and or a fight, and Terra does it again.
Yeah, another early pick there on a very crucial target. Your essentially that is your, you know, damage source right there. Getting rid of energies.
It loaded for you guys?
Aggressively as Vinny now finds Zelos. Up goes the
loading
Vinny
for
Ram.
me.
During his turn right back on a Spark Chief. And he was still holding on to that prison, but falls again. Vinny popping off here with the haymakers back to back. Just beating up the front line, and alts are roughly even.
Yeah, poor
it's not
Zelos.
working
I
for
mean,
me.
he ulted Eternal Bond, got smashed by a Rock's fist, right? That was impressive cancellation of that ult, and maybe you can see why Vinny's playing this hero a little bit more, right? He goes for those walls, comes back to peel. Terra now sets up an
Oh, that's so risky. He had no health. No health.
Bringing back Vinny, but Terra will not be able to get here. It's all about finding or getting out of the point. No, Psyche lied.
Oh, Vest, that was a good read by Vest, and I'm pretty sure he wanted to ult, but the Strange was there. He's gonna block that.
TTK gonna put up the shield, potentially eat it. Yeah, I believe it just ate the Strangling Prison, which is insane. Really well done by TTK. A ton of value there, and something that may have been missed in the moment. But Vision and Vest now gonna find.
Wait, TTK ate the Groot ult? Damn.
Energy is gonna be enough for them to walk forward.
That was a 2-minute hold, Chad. That was a 2-minute hold at their spawn. Oh, but Terra, I mean,
Let's see if that pans out later on.
I hope Terra doesn't fuck up his portal. I hope Terra doesn't fuck up his portal, chat.
To watch, but yeah, in Rivals, like sometimes the tough part is with like eating a strangling prison. You know, it's all about
show us, yo, show us Fest, show us Fest POV, bro. I want to see the portal. I want to see the portal. Oh, they're not portal.
The entire game plan, you know, there's gonna be strategies on the opposite side. Terra switching over to that Wolverine.
Wait, damn, portal?
Deviating their stuff up a little bit here, Shib, as they set up a re-engage.
Wait, he got off?
They're electing to make this essentially a 2-fight with respawn potential if Delena can get that ult back, and just removing the Strange, putting Terra there onto the
Wait,
Wolverine.
Delena got a
Terra
pick?
has been a disgusting Wolverine in the past. Delena gonna find Spark Chief now early on, putting 100 Thieves back up in numbers, and that's a good start there for them with a minute on. Can they hold this closer and take home the W here against potentially the 1 seed? Actually is the 1 seed, as FlyQuest have been playing insane so far in stage 2.
I mean, what we saw there, like, Delena gets the KO, but it sort of happened off screen. Terra dragged him out towards the coast. Like, he just ripped away Spark Chief. Now Spark Chief's over to that Venom from that fight, and, you know, unfortunately for him, yeah, Terra shuts him down, but they still have Invisible Woman versus this Wolverine. Terra, I mean, could he put a staple, or could we finally have that staple match?
Well, this is a clutch chat. This is a fucking close game, bro. And this is on the first point.
And this could be the danger zone here. Spark Chief gonna dive the back line now onto the Warlock, trying to find that pick. Not able to make that happen just yet. TTK holding this position now. The last stand goes out, and
oh, he fucked up the portal? That's why they don't have portal? Oh, shit.
The back line of FlyQuest playing lights out through that insane ultimate, as that is going to be a problem for them. TTK gonna get walked in here by Cooper.
Yeah, dude, the fact TTK is playing on a control, dude, I feel like it has to hurt your thumbs, right? Oh! But he has res! Watch the res! Watch the res! Stop the res! Stop the res! Wait, is it too late? Is it too late?
Make sure that touch comes through. It looks like it is.
Stop the res!
It was looking dicey there for a moment, but they did make that happen. Vision self.
The res!
Like you had mentioned, and the entire team is back now. If anyone goes under, Energy back in the fight. Will FlyQuest maintain this position? Ults up here, roughly even with 3 and 3. But Delena has the team res, and we know what that can do as it's launched now. Terra goes down, comes right back into the fight here after the fact.
Oh, Delena has ult. This is good. Pop your ult, 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 pop your ult. Oh, he already did. Good shit. Look at that. I'm an idiot. Oh, there's no fucking way. There's no way 100 Thieves actually 3 1s. Oh my god.
100 Thieves take
oh my god. I'm kind of sad that we didn't get a game 5, but what a good fucking game by 100 Thieves, bro. The 100 Thieves are in the grand fucking finals.
FlyQuest or the opposite side of either Dark Zero and Envy. Oh,
yeah, TTK's dad. You can finally breathe.
MVP.
And hey, and what's his name? Kalush did say that what do you call it? 100 Thieves were gonna lose 3-0. Hey.
And looking like a refreshed, disgusting team, and consistently making big plays. You gotta show the respect.
Damn,
every
bro.
single one of these final fights, they're always.
I thought they were gonna lose, man.
Roughly even across the board, just always getting more value. 15 finals there from Terra to clutch up the MVP.
And they've done it again, Shiv. This is